We're having a scrum.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Mount Carmel Area High School Stadium, the Silver Bowl, where tonight Mount Carmel Area Red Tornadoes host the Spartans of Hughesville in the District 4 championship game, and of course the right to move on into the state playoffs to be held next Friday or Saturday. And ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be a barn burner. I'm here along with Bob Elson and Wayne Brokenshire, of course. And we're seeing a little bit of a Cinderella team, folks, here tonight.
Yeah.
You guys, we didn't expect to see Hughesville come out of the bracket last week, but they did. And you guys might want to expand a little bit on the Spartans as they meet us tonight.
Well, nearly everybody expected South Williamsport to be here. They expected Mount Carmel and South Williamsport to be here. South Williamsport struggled last week, had a great job of moving the ball up and down the field, just could not put it in the end zone. So what occurred was we ended up having Hughesville here tonight, and the Hughesville Spartans. This will be the first ever meeting between Hughesville and Mount Carmel, or Mount Carmel, any of the Mount Carmel area teams. Captains meet at the center of the field tonight. 71, Dan Daukus, 75, Jonathan Else, number 58, Mike Sinkovich, and number 80, Chris Cuff. And the other captain down on the field, number 60, Jason Malakowski.
For Hughesville, you have number 19 lined up, and
Brian Arnst.
Brian Onstott. And of course, you have is that 33 out there, and 33 is Dvorak. He's the 6-foot, 208-pound senior, and he's also a halfback. He's one of the guys you're going to be looking at on offense. Of course, guys, the one thing about Hughesville and South Williamsport is they both bring the wing tee.
There's a surprising one. Hughesville deferred. We're watching. The refs having a rough time with this, and the Red Tornadoes will receive. Strange for a team to defer against the Red Tornadoes, right, guys.
Take a moment to go over Mount Carmel area, of course, on offense. At quarterback is number 5, Sebas. Fullback, 28, Bailey. Tailback, 25, Veach. Split end will be Paracello. Slot back, either Van Doren, number 27, or Smith, number 8. And, of course, across that line, you're going to look at Vogler, 72 at tackle, Daukus at guard, 71. The center, 75, John Else. Guard, Mike Sinkovich, number 58. Number 77 at tackle, Chris Shue. And, of course, at tight end, number 80, Chris Cuff. For the Hughesville Spartans, expect them to open up the game. At least we expect them to open up at 4-4. Defense with number 87 at one end, Matt Fegestad. Number 60 at the tackle, Lucas Stotts. At the other tackle, number 75, Seth Forsman. And at the defensive end, Brendan Glicka, number 56. The linebackers across the middle, the outside linebacker, number 48, John Lamb. Inside linebacker, 38, Lucas Reese. The other inside linebacker, number 19, Brian Onstott. Outside linebacker, Larry Hartman. And in the cornerback position, you're going to see 33 Dvorak, 21 Rigner, and 30 Robbins. And the kick is up, and Sebas takes it, crosses the 30-yard line, still on his feet, still moving, and takes the return up to about the Mount Carmel area 43-yard line, where Mount Carmel area will take over 1st and 10 and the first offensive series of the game, guys.
Real nice move by Sebas. Also a great block by number 40 of the Red Tornadoes, Aaron Ziegler.
Now, one thing that you notice there with Sebas is maybe the footing. With the heavy rain today, it does look muddy there between the 30 and 45-yard line. He was trying to get some good footing.
There is a little muck right there in the middle.
Now Carmel opens up an I formation. Quick hand off to Bailey up the middle. He's going to be brought down, and he's still on his feet. I said brought down a little early, folks. He crosses the 50-yard line into the Hughesville 49-yard line. Brought down by number 29, and I'll find him in a second because he's not even in the starting lineup there.
Nope.
I'm sorry,
he's not on the roster.
I'm not going to give you 29 because there's a number not showing up to us either on the roster they gave us or our own roster, so just number 29 on the stop. That was good enough for, it's a second down, good enough for 9 yards, second down and 1 now for Big Red. Hand off to Veach. And Veach is going to be stopped and not pick up the first down. It looks like, in fact, he may lose a yard or maybe half a yard at the line of scrimmage, bringing up a 3rd and long 1 now for Big Red.
Yeah, that moved back about a half a yard on that play, and it just seemed like they were keyed at Veach on that play. Bailey went right through the line, Wayne, and they were keyed at stopping Veach on that play.
And again, you know, that's par for the course for the full year with Jonathan. You know, with Veachy here, he's got to, you know, pick up some yardage on his own and everything else a little later on in the quarter.
Still in the I formation. Pitch to Veach. Moving around the right side. He's picked up the first down. Bringing the ball down to the Hughesville 43-yard line. First down and 10, Mount Carmel area.
Excellent play. Both Stats and Forsman really closed in on the center of the line, making it look like we were coming up the middle, and we went to the outside, Wayne.
Well, it's straight dive play, and you pitch to Veach. Veach is out. You get Veach anywhere around the corner, and he's good for 5, 6, 7, 8 yards, if not more.
Smith into the lineup, bringing the play in for Mount Carmel area. Mount Carmel area again comes to the line of scrimmage, still showing the I formation. Sebas on a keeper, right up the middle, and he continues to churn down, looking at the 33-yard line of Hughesville, and he was stopped in there by 21, Rigner.
Lots of credit to Daukas, Elson, Sinkovic on that play.
Oh, right up the middle. And again, you see that 4-4 where the linebackers are split away from the guards, and all they have to do is shield. Sebas, all he did was the fake pitch to the outside to Veach and took it right back up the middle. It's a play we haven't seen since Shikellamy.
Mount Carmel area now in split back, second down, 1 to go. Bailey comes in motion to the left. Sebas on a keeper. Makes the turn, and he's going to be brought down at the 30-yard line. Brought down by number 30, Robbins, and 25, Hartman for the Spartans of Hughesville. First and 10, Mount Carmel area at the Hughesville 30-yard line.
You know, an amazing stat this year, Sebas has gained 705 yards on the ground, but as you lose yards when you're the quarterback, his total net is only 587 yards. So, I mean, Nick has run for 705 yards this year and not carried the ball that many times, really only 100 attempts. Better than 7 yards a carry.
Veach, reverse fumble, and that's going to be picked up by number 25, Larry Hartman for the Hughesville Spartans. Mount Carmel area has turned the ball over. Hughesville takes over on their own 36-yard line.
Now, one thing you really have to watch the mindset on with Hughesville here. You know, you're coming in, you're playing a team that is not known for their football prowess here. More of a wrestling school than they are a football school, but yet have beaten South Williamsport. Now, whether South Williamsport was looking ahead or looking at the first game, because they beat Hughesville by 3 touchdowns in that first game.
7, Rapard for the Spartans, up to the line of scrimmage. Of course, the wing T offense.
Remember, too, they're in here with
quick handoff to 38, and oh my goodness, Reese is going to be buried by Malakowski, Sinkovic, the dog there, Evans.
And Evans, yep.
And that's going to be where they place the ball down. That's going to be a loss of almost 2 yards for the Spartans. Will bring up a second down and 12.
What's going to be tough for Hughesville tonight is moving the ball on the ground. They are not noted as a passing team. They are basically a running team, and as we've seen all season long, there were not too many teams that ran against the Tornado defensive line and backfield crew.
Rapard hands off in the backfield. I don't see the number right now, but he's brought down by everybody.
Meyer.
It looks like Rigner, 21, had the ball. He did. And you looked at Meyer, Cuff, Daukas in there. Paracella came in. I saw Sebas close to the, and again, another loss. Now a 3rd and 15. That's 2 consecutive losses. Again, as Hughesville goes to the line of scrimmage, Rapard is the only junior. This is otherwise an all-senior offensive backfield, and well-schooled in the wing T here. Rapard back to pass, and he's rolling out, and he's looking for 13. Sampson, the split end, and he just out of his fingertips. Hughesville will be in a punting situation, and is now 4th and 15 for the Spartans.
Strong defense, what was expected from the Red Tornado defense, if in fact there's no deception out of this wing T. Allentown Central Catholic was able to run more or less a pro set out of it, and if Hughesville can't do that, it could be a long night for them.
John Lamb in punt position for the Spartans.
Long count.
He kicks it in the direction of Sebas, who picks it up at his own 35-yard line, trying to cut upfield along the far sideline, which he has done. And he's down to the, looks like the 33-yard line of Hughesville, and the kicker
Excellent.
Number 48, the kicker, got him out of bounds. Lamb, where that was a touchdown for
Great
Sebas.
block from Josh Paracella. He waited until his defender turned, and then he made the block. He could have hit the kid in the back, Wayne, but he waited and made a great block.
Well, the problem there was the ball hit the ground, and Sebas had to pick it up going away from our bench. We had the picket fence set up in front of our bench. Unfortunately, we had to run it to their side.
1st and 10 from the Spartan 33-yard line. Sebas to Veach. Off tackle, Veach still churning there. He's going to take the ball down about the 31-yard line for a gain of 2 to bring up 2nd down and 8 for the Red Tornadoes, and number 19, Onstadt, on the stop.
7:29 left in the first quarter, and it appears they're really keying on Veach. You can see about 3 players on Veach on every carry. We'll watch as this game progresses if they keep doing that.
In the I formation for Big Red. Sebas back to pass. He's looking for Van Doren, who picks it in at the 30. Can be brought down and out of bounds at the 23-yard line of Hughesville. Very close to the 1st down, and I believe we may see a measurement here. Maybe not. It's less than a yard now. That'll bring up 3rd and about a half yard for the 1st down. Ball sitting just outside the Hughesville 23-yard line.
Offense looks as sharp tonight as the defense in terms of grinding out here on the ground. Beautiful pass there from Sebas. Out into the flat.
Paracella is split wide right. Hand off to Veach. Coming right. He's down somewhere around the 10-yard line. Brought down by number 33, Dvorak for the Spartans. 1st down and 10, Mount Carmel area. And the ball is sitting at the Spartan 11-yard line.
For the first time tonight, you see the power backs coming in now.
Yeah, in that last play there, take a look at Daukus as he's pulling. Number 71, he hit the end. Veach comes right up behind him, decides to kick to the outside. Daukus released and went downfield another 5-10 yards and picked up another block.
Power left.
Veach with the ball, coming left, cuts up inside, down to the 5-yard line. Tackle made in there by number 77 and 21. 77, there's a new guy in the line up here. He's going to come in at
you know what they
Ernie.
did? When we brought our power in, they brought 3 big guys in, took 3 little guys out. So it appears he's trying to throw a different defense out there, Warren, at our power offense.
77 now is remaining in the football game.
Well, we're still in power, that's why.
Alongside Forsman there. Split backfield. He sends Meyer in motion. Sebas rolls to his right, and he's in for a touchdown. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. First score of the night by Sebas on a nice 5-yard run over his right side.
Great blocking that time. I mean, there was no way with the blockers we had out there that they could stop that play. Nick could have taken it outside, he could have cut it back inside, or he could have just walked in, whatever he wanted to do. Great, great blocking by the Red Tornado line that time.
Oh. number 19, Onstadt, from the linebacker position, definitely was anticipating the play and ran in before the center even got it back to the holder. That'll be a penalty. And Mount Carmel area now looks like it's going to go for 2, as the ball will be moved to the 1-yard line, half the distance to the goal line.
Well, this is a normal move by Coach Williams. He's done it over the years. Right. When he gets that extra yard, extra half distance to the goal, he wants to go for it. And they're not going with the power. They have a straight I formation in there. Well, they're going to go with split back.
Split back, Veach and Bailey in the backfield behind Sebas here on this extra point attempt. Hand off to Veach, cutting inside, and it's good for 2 points, ladies and gentlemen, with Veach on the carry. And at the 5-minute and 49 mark of the first period is now Mount Carmel 8, the Hughesville Spartans nothing in this District 4 championship playoff game.
And the amazing thing in that first 7 minutes, Hughesville had the ball for 3 plays and lost yardage on all 3.
No, one of the keys, guys, and we've seen this. We saw this with Southern, and when you hear the strategy about Southern, you heard it last year, even with South Williamsport. The key to a wing T offense is to control the ball. If they don't have the ball, they're not going to win the football game because they're really not a quick score offense.
Go
go
ahead.
No, I'm just going to set as the Mount Carmel area sets up to kick off. Number 33, Dvorak, is deep for the Spartans here.
One thing you're looking at, too, in the last 3 weeks, the Red Tornadoes haven't turned up a key. They are turned up a couple notches. If they can keep it there, that's how you make a drive to the road to Hershey. That's exactly how you do it.
The defense has been there. The offense is now gelled together, and they look so smooth out there, that whole offensive line.
Sinkovic kicks the ball. Dvorak with the ball on the 20-yard line, cuts right up the middle of the field, and he's brought down by number 29.
Lentini.
29.
Paracella.
Yeah.
But
originally
originally hit by number 6, Vincent Yasenchak.
Dvorak brought the ball out to the Hughesville 36-yard line where they'll take over 1st and 10. And this will be their second offensive series of the evening here at the Silver Bowl. Ripard back to pass this time. Swing out to number 32. And he's still on his feet, ladies and gentlemen. 33, that is, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds by Lentini all the way down to the Mount Carmel 35-yard line. Number 33, Dvorak on that little swing pass for the Spartans. 1st and 10.
A play straight out of Allentown Central Catholic's book. I mean,
yeah.
Out of the wing tee, you set up, you make it look like you're running the wing tee, and then you come to the back out of the backfield, and he's got to be picked up. You got to catch him, and ACC made it work. Hopefully right now we got a view of it and said, whoa, wait a minute, we're not going to let that happen anymore.
Line Mountain tried that last week, and after the second time, we definitely shut that down.
Ripard to Dvorak, and he's going to be brought down hard by Sinkovic for a loss of almost 5 yards. The ball now sitting on Mount Carmel area's 42-yard line.
Great job by Mike Sinkovic. He just cut right by his blocker there. He got right by the guard and right in, Wade.
Nice swim move. I'll tell you what, right over the top of the blocker. Not even delayed. I mean, there was no pause there. It was a nice move by Mike.
And that's actually a loss, ladies and gentlemen, of 7 yards where they placed the ball down, bringing up a 2nd and 17 now for the Spartans. Again, the ball on Mount Carmel area's 42-yard line. Ripard under center.
Sampson split far left, Warren.
Dvorak in motion, back to pass is Ripard. He's looking, and that's Evans, ladies and gentlemen, is going to take Ripard down for a loss in the backfield. A loss of at least 4 yards, bringing up a 3rd and 21 now for the Spartans.
That's one thing they have to watch. You cannot wait that long to throw the ball against the Red Tornado defense.
Well, I'll tell you, the defensive backs, they had 2 men out on their patterns, going out basically to the flat. Both of them, we had 5 Tornadoes back there defending the pass, giving our defensive line a lot of time.
Watch Sampson here on the right side of the field.
Ripard drops the pass. Tucks the ball now and decides to run, and he's going to be brought down by Cuff. He's brought down at the Mount Carmel area 44-yard line. Pickup of about 2 yards. Going to bring up 4th down and 19 for the Spartans here at the Mount Carmel area 44-yard line. And the Spartans will go into punt formation with number 48 in punt formation, Lamb.
Bad snap.
Lamb is going to be brought down at his own 42-yard line by Daukus,
and Sinkovic.
Steve Sinkovic. Meyer was in there.
Mike Sinkovic.
Evans,
There
a whole
was
host
a bunch of them
Tornadoes went in there, and now the Spartans have turned the ball over here on 4th down, and the ball now sitting in their own territory at the Spartan 42. Mount Carmel area takes over 1st and 10.
Yeah, that green and white uniform was covered by red. 3:33 left in the first.
Sebas back to pass, looking in the direction of Paracella, and he has Paracella all the way down to the Hughesville 24-yard line. 1st and 10 from Hughesville 24. Sebas to Paracella.
Thumbs up. Dorvashok thought he had an interception.
You're not kidding. 33 was all over Paracella. The ball went right through his hands, and you have to give Josh, tons of credit on that one. He watched the ball and concentrated the whole time right into his hands.
Paracella now split wide right. Smith in motion. Sebas with the ball, back to pass. He hits Veach on what I believe was a screen pass, and Veach looks to be touchdown. Veach. 24-yard TD run by John Veach on a small swing pass onto the flat. And he went. Yeah. That was a nice little run there, right? Especially right at the end there.
Dowkins was out there. Dowkins was out, and he thought the defender got it, so Dowkins stopped. All of a sudden, he realized John was still coming with the ball, started running down the field, beat John down the field, and made a great block down there. So good job by Dan Dowkins on that play.
If you take a look at John, the last 5 yards of John down there, he saw the defender in front of him, and he split the seam. He had two Spartans coming over, and he split the seam right in between them to score.
Kick is up and no good. The point is missed by Sinkovic at the 2-minute and 54 mark of the first period. It is Mount Carmel area 14, Hughesville 0.
Everything looked pretty smooth there. Snap back to Paracella, and Mike, it looked like he had a real good kick up from this vantage point. Looked like it went right through. Sometimes this vantage point isn't always the best vantage point, I guess, right?
It's almost the hardest thing to see all the time. You think you can look at it and see it perfectly, and it isn't.
Well, Red Tornado offense now throws some points on the board and makes it 14-0, and they have to watch, Hughesville does, that it can become an insurmountable lead in about another touchdown.
Oh, definitely. Especially the way we're moving the ball. And, you have to give Jamie Vogler, 72, Dan Dowka, 71, Jonathan Else, 75, Mike Sinkovic, 58, Chris Shue, 77, and Chris Cuff, 80. All the praise in the world. I mean, they're out there, they're just, opening up some holes, doing their shield blocking for Veach and Bailey to get around to the outside, giving Sebas all the time in the world to look at his receivers on pass plays.
Sinkovic kicks off in the direction of Dvorak, who picks it up at his own 10-yard line. Ooh, and he's brought down immediately by Paracella and Lentini.
Actually, Lentini first time on the ankles, and then Paracella helped finish him off.
Dvorak brought the ball out to the Hughesville 20-yard line.
But how often 29, 26, and 28 down there?
You guys have noticed I got them both right this time.
That's right.
That's the first time in 5 games.
2:50 left in the first quarter.
Ripard brings the Spartans out. Reese directly behind him. That's going to be an offside penalty. It's going to go against Mount Carmel area.
Actually, one of the first times he went with a long count.
Yep.
It's going to bring up a 1st and 5 now for Hughesville. The ball will be at the Hughesville 25-yard line.
Well, and Hughesville has to understand, if they do not diversify like they did in that last play out of this wing tee, they have to do something out of the wing tee to make it not just be a plain old wing tee.
Hands off to Reese in the middle, and Reese is still on his feet. He was kind of bottled up at the line of scrimmage, but it'll be finally brought down by Cuff. The ball's will be marked down at the 33-yard line of Hughesville, and that's a 1st down and 10 for the Spartans. That's a nice second effort that time by Reese. He was stopped at the line of scrimmage and just kind of scooted around the pile and picked up enough yardage for the 1st down. High formation this time now for the Spartans. Ripard pitches out to Rigner, number 21, coming around the end, and he's brought down by number 47, Sinkovic, and Malachowski.
And he was actually chased by Mike Sinkovic from the other side.
I was going to say, did you see him coming, Wayne?
Yeah, he was at full tilt.
Full tilt. Mike Sinkovic just charging at him.
Pick up of 2 yards, ball now on the Hughesville 34-yard line.
and he would have caught him had his brother not hit the kid before he got there.
2nd and 8, Hughesville. Repard back to pass, and he's going to be brought down by number 47, Sinkovic, into the backfield almost immediately. Loss on the play. The ball now back to the 33-yard line. A loss of 1 yard on the play brings up a 3rd and 9.
Nice stunt there in the center of that line with Evans to open up the gap for Sinkovic to blitz through.
And he went after the ball.
And he
Steven
did.
went for the ball. The quarterback had the ball up in the air, and he went after the ball. Rapard was lucky to keep that ball in his hand.
Sends Rigner in motion. Drops back to pass. Rapard's looking at, I can't see who was getting up there. He's stopped by Chesney, but he threw the pass to 38. Which is Reese, the fullback.
I thought it was a tight end.
No, fullback out of the backfield.
He was lined up out there on that slot position. Yep. Okay.
That's going to bring up a punting situation for the Spartans. It's now 4th and 6, and Lamb is now back in punt formation for the Spartans. Punts off in the direction of Sebas, who calls for a fair catch at the Mount Carmel area 40-yard line, where Mount Carmel area will take over 1st and 10.
26 seconds.
Through the post myself there, what time it was.
26 seconds left in the first, and Hughesville's defense been on the field a lot in this first quarter.
Well, this is not the key to success for Hughesville, guys, and I know they know that too. They need to hold on to the ball more than they are. Mount Carmel up to the line of scrimmage now, split backfield. Hand off to Veach on the inside. Pickup of 2 yards. He's brought down by 48 Lamb, the linebacker.
There's a case with one block. Everybody else said, somebody was downfield. Our end on the right-hand side was downfield taking care of the cornerback. And if Veach would have gotten around number 48 there, the linebacker, he was gone. There was nobody down that sideline.
2nd and 8 for Big Red as the first period comes to an end with the score. Mount Carmel area 14, the Hughesville Spartans 0. And gives me a chance, ladies and gentlemen, to remind you that you are watching WKMC TV, broadcasting directly from the campus at Mount Carmel Area High School over a microwave signal WLX267. We are, of course, an instructional fixed television service, and you catch us every Wednesday night, 8 p.m., Channel 13 on the Service Electric Cable System. And as always, I remind you, WKMC TV is live in the morning at 7:30 a.m. on Channel 13. You want to catch up on all that's new at Mount Carmel area every day, tune in. Mount Carmel area begins the second quarter with a 2nd and 8 from their own 43-yard line. Bailey with the football right up the middle. He takes the ball to the 50-yard line and is going to be very close to the first down, depending where they put it down at.
I'll tell you, Al Bailey has really come along this year. As it progressed through the season, you can see how much stronger he has gotten. Every time we give that kid the ball, Al is 10 yards, 8 yards down the field, always carrying someone on his back.
It's going to bring up 3rd down and half a yard to go. Mount Carmel area comes out in the I formation. Sebas on the keeper behind the bus. He picks up the first down. Ball going to sit at the Hughesville 47-yard line.
Actually, Nick slipped on that play too, Wayne. He had a chance to really go. There was a big hole, and he slipped and fell after about a 1-yard gain.
And that's a great play to call against this 4-4 defense, because the linebackers are in perfect position to shield, and that's all you have to do with Nick. You don't have to block anybody down on the ground. You just have to shield him, because Nick's speed is going to go right by him.
Sebas to pass. Sees Paracella at the 45-yard line. Paracella will be brought down at the 43-yard line by 38 Reese.
Good play.
Little help from Dvorak that time.
Really gets the cornerbacks coming up and trying to play you tight. If they give you that flat, take it, because then if Josh wants to go long, he has more opportunity to get down there, Wayne.
Definitely. You're setting up your plays as you go through these series like this. Now, we've seen that with Mikey Smith over on this side and also with Van Doren out onto the flat.
2nd and 4 now for Big Red from the Hughesville 42-yard line. That's going to be Bailey right up the middle.
Close to a first down, Warren.
Yep, Bailey's going to be brought down at the 37-yard line, and that is a first down, Mount Carmel area. The 1st and 10 from the Hughesville 37.
Right in that mucky part of the field, too, right now, Warren.
I'm not scared. Van Doren.
Oh, one guy
to beat Van Doren, and 38 Reese saved the touchdown for the Spartans.
He did. And I'm not sure there was any way you could have blocked him. Everybody else was blocking. He just happened to be at the right place at the right time.
Van Doren takes it down to the Spartan 33-yard line, bringing up a 2nd and 6 now for Big Red. Veach with the ball. He's going to travel down at the 28-yard line.
He'll be about a yard shy of the first down.
Brought down by number 19 that
more
time,
than that.
Anstott.
2 yards. They marked it on the 29.
They brought that back further than even I thought, so it's going to bring up a 3rd now and a long 2. I'd say 3rd and 3 to tell you the truth.
Yeah, me too.
Big 3rd down play for Big Red to keep this drive moving. Ball sitting on the Hughesville 29-yard line.
Out of that straight eye formation, Warren.
Hand off to Veach. Veach is brought down by number 35, Jason Dole. And I don't believe he got enough for the first down. The ball is going to be placed down.
No, about a half a yard.
Right, but I was going to say about a half a yard. Ball sitting just inside the Hughesville 28-yard line. Mount Carmel area will go for it with 4th and a half yard to go.
They appear to have 2 people keying on Veach every time. Yeah. Out of the power.
Veach with the ball.
Read it perfect. They left the middle of the defense open, and they built everybody to the power side, and they stopped it, Wayne. I don't know if he might have got a first down.
Yeah, that's Rigner and Dvorak on the stop, depending where they put his forward progress, and they're going to measure it here, I'm sure.
Now, what they did was they jumped out of their 4-4, and they actually jumped into a 6-man line and brought their linebackers up to the right side of our offensive line where our power usually goes.
Yep. Well, it worked very well on the first series, that power did. But what happened here was the way they jumped out and moved, they adjusted well on that play right there.
First down.
Got it.
Mount Carmel area from the Hughesville 27-yard line. 8:01 remaining in the 2nd period.
A lot of extra effort by John Veach there, though. He got hit about a yard back, and he drove that 35 as far as he could, that Jason Dole, down that extra yard.
Something that we haven't, you don't see with Johnny. You see the speed and the cuts, but you don't see that strength all the time.
Right there you saw it.
And there you did.
7:47 left in the first half.
Pitch to Veach. Bailey leading it.
Oh,
Cuts behind Daukus that time. And he's going to be brought down very close to another first down. Ball sitting at the Hughesville, I believe, 18-yard line now. I'll see where they place first down, Mount Carmel area. I knew it was very close.
I'll tell you what, Daukus right now is probably one of the best pulling guards we've seen in a while. I mean, he's out for how fast Jonathan Veach is. He's out in front all the time, blocking the end, blocking that linebacker, filling the hole. Jonathan gets around, he releases and then goes downfield for another block.
Split backfield now for Big Red. Fakes to Veach, goes back to pass. He's looking for Paracella in the end zone.
Oh,
touchdown.
Great catch. Little bit high, and Josh went up and got that one. Good job by Paracella on that catch.
18-yard strike from Sebas to Paracella. Another 6 points on the board for Big Red. Sinkovic in for the extra point attempt. But kick is up and good. So with 7 minutes and 29 seconds here in the second period, it's now Mount Carmel area pulling out to a 21-0 lead over the Hughesville Spartans here in the District 4 1998 championship game.
Great play call. They had Josh isolated. He had the cornerback up on him that time, Wayne, and that came from before throwing that pass out in the flat.
Well, you run the power. We ran it about 8 times coming up the field. And one pass was right here in front of our bench to Paracella out in the flat. And that does bring that defensive back up to play him a little bit closer rather than playing the normal 7 to 10 yards back. And that time there, Paracella was able to get around him and made a beautiful catch in the end zone.
21 big points on the board for the Red Tornadoes in the first half.
I know, guys, it's early in the game to say this because a lot of things that happen, but I truly believe the pressure has truly fallen now on the Spartans. This is a drive where, possession where they need to put a drive together and at least move the ball. If they don't and turn the ball over again with so much time left in the second period, they could very well bring an end to this game before the half comes to a close.
Michael's kicking to the left.
Sinkovic kicks off in the direction of
it's still rolling.
88 Miller, and it's going to go out of bounds for a penalty. I thought Miller was going to pick it up there as it squibbed right away from him a little bit. But a penalty flag on the play as the ball goes out of bounds.
Now the option is they can take the ball and bring it up on the penalty to the
35.
I'm waiting to see what they're doing here. I believe
or they can make Mount Carmel kick again.
I believe they're going to want it at the 35, but we'll see. Actually, the referees are talking it over right now. They're not really consulting with anybody from the Spartans at the moment. You would think when you get this far into the game, into the year, it's
definitely would know that one, right?
Pretty well even that one out in a hurry, but
yeah, we even figured that out, eh?
And it looks like Hughesville is going to make Mount Carmel area kick again to them.
I thought that might happen.
Dvorak again goes deep. The two upper guys are 88 Miller, 32 Bennett. And Sinkovic will do a rerun of this baby.
You know what the sad part is? Mike took his shoe off, and he has to he's putting it back on now again.
Now again, that was a double flag, guys. There was a second flag clipping on their.
Okay. So there was
Hughesville,
that's why they did not talk to Hughesville.
Right. Both penalties were declined, and we're kicking again from the 40-yard line.
Well, I imagine they're offsetting penalties,
right?
Offsetting
no one,
penalties, right?
No one has the option.
I was looking for that word back here, and I couldn't figure out.
I caught it for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Are you still in the booth here?
Yeah, I am. Joe
where are you?
Joe smacked me with the camera about 10 times, and I think he told me get back.
Hey, Sinkovic set the kickoff. This time high in the air. We picked up by Dvorak on the run at his 20-yard line. And he's going to get up to the 35-yard line. He's brought down by Morose and Smith and Bailey. Hughesville Spartans will take the ball over on their own 35-yard line, 1st and 10, 7:24 remaining here in the first half.
Okay, number 88 is that Shellhammer comes in as a free safety, and Sebas is now going to take a rest, which is a good move.
And not even it helps them just to keep them healthy. That's
definitely.
Secret, right?
That's the important
Dvorak
thing.
in motion. The handoff is to Reese, and he's going to be brought down hard by Steve Sinkovic. And I'll see the guy getting off the ground. That's 65. That's Jeremiah Brown. Pickup of 2 yards that time. Ball sitting at the 37-yard line of the Spartans. 2nd and 8. Jeremiah made the most out of that play. He's in there that time on the tackle. Repart to Dvorak, and he's brought down immediately in the backfield by Evans. That's going to be loss of 2 yards. I think more than 2, but it's going to bring up about 3rd down and 10 now. 3rd down and 11 almost for the Spartans.
Evan was back there and almost took the handoff. That's how fast he was back in the backfield.
I don't think Hughesville has ever seen speed like this.
I don't think they ever saw a chain broke off the dog before either.
That's right.
He's in there growling and everything. They don't know what to do with him. Repart drops back to pass, and he wings it, and that's a duck right there. And 47, Sinkovic, Steve Sinkovic with the interception at the Mount Carmel area 49-yard line. With that baby, he was hit as he threw.
You know why? Malachowski was standing in front of him and hit him when he was releasing the ball. You are right.
When you saw the ball get to its highest arc, it looked like it hit a wall and just came straight back down at the 49 where Sinkovic makes the interception. The Mount Carmel area takes over 1st and 10 from their own 49.
The Red Tornadoes had a better chance of dropping that ball though, because all 4 it was like an outfielder saying, "I got it, I got it."
Well, he only had one guy in the pass route to begin with, so there was only one guy capable of doing it, and he ran a deep pattern, so he was in serious trouble when it fluttered like that and came down so early. Bailey, the lone back in the backfield now, behind Sebas. He was back to pass, sees Paracella on the sidelines, and Paracella, nice catch down at the 44-yard line of Hughesville. Number 30 for the Spartans. Robbins on the stop.
Nice timing passes between Sebas and Paracella and Van Doren and Mikey Smith to the flats. Sebas is only taking 3 steps back, and he's throwing the ball before they cut to the sideline.
Brings up a 2nd and 3 now for Big Red. Sebas up under center again. Bailey, the lone back behind him.
Shellhammer split far right.
Sebas back to pass. Nice protection. Now he starts to run and he picks out. That was intended for Paracella. 21 that time. Rigner broke that pass up. Brings up 3rd and 4 now for Big Red from the Hughesville 44-yard line. 5 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in the half.
And it usually gets real interesting about the 2-minute mark for the Red Tornadoes. The last couple of weeks, it's been real interesting.
It certainly has recently, hasn't it? You see more of a game in the 2 minutes than you did sometimes in the whole season in the beginning. Brings Paracella now split wide right, split backfield. Veach with the carry.
Oh, beautiful.
He's looking at Paracella on the cut. He's at the 30-yard line, the 25-yard line, and finally pushed out of bounds at the Hughesville 20-yard line by 30 Robbins and 48 Lamb.
Nice run, John Veach. Excellent job watching for his blocks, watching what Josh was going to do. And
some real nice blocking on line, too. Cuffey coming down on the tackle and Daukus kicking the end out. And it's just a joy to watch Veach watch his blockers and see which way he has to go.
1st and 10 now. Big Red ball sitting squarely on the Hughesville 20-yard line. He's got Veach and Paracella now split wide left, but he hands to Bailey on the inside. Bailey cuts up the middle, still churning there, and he's brought down at the 10-yard line by Rigner and Hartman for the Spartans. Pickup of 9 yards that time, bringing up a 2nd and short 1, very short 1, in fact, for a 1st down. Ball sitting just outside the Spartans' 10-yard line. Paracella wide left. Chesney now and Smith split to the right.
That's that load formation the Red Tornadoes use.
Hands to Bailey in the middle, and Bailey's going to be brought down almost immediately that time. And the real big play that time was by, well, the guy we don't know.
25, yep.
Yeah, well, there was, but number.
I thought Hartman was in there, but maybe
we had Hartman, but I'm looking at that other number that I couldn't, or was that 19 maybe?
Yeah,
Onstad. I'm sorry, I thought it was 9, but it's Onstad. And Onstad, of course, the captain and the inside linebacker and the kind of team leader on defense, stopping Bailey for a loss that time of 3 yards, bringing up a 3rd and 4 now. Ball sitting at the 18-yard line of the Spartans.
They're coming again.
Sebas back to pass. And he's going to be brought down that time by 19. And once again, 19. Onstadt, the linebacker, came through and is going to drop Sebas for a big loss this time. And once again, 19. Onstadt, the linebacker, came through and is going to drop Sebas for a big loss this time.
Well,
Nick
you know what they did there? They came. They didn't really cover our receivers, Wayne. They just came with everybody.
We went with twins both left and right, and they did cover. They had man-to-man on the outside, but what they did was the rest of their players, their linebackers and their free safety were blitzing.
We're going to attempt a field goal, ladies and gentlemen. The ball is
41 yards.
Let's say currently sitting down at the Hughesville 23-yard line. It's 4th and 14.
41-yard kick.
Kick is up.
Ooh, come on, Michael. Come on, Michael. Good.
Just good over the bar, ladies and gentlemen. He did it.
Great job, Mike Sinkovich. 41-yard field goal.
Good kick, Michael.
Excellent kick that time by Sinkovich, the big man. And ladies and gentlemen, with 3 minutes and 38 minutes remaining here in the first half of this ball game, Mount Carmel area now has extended its lead over the Spartans to 24-0.
And I have to say, good snap from Else, and good hold. Good hold by Thumbs Paracella.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, a field goal is always a three-man operation, guaranteed, and then you got
to do the other.
Yeah, but you got everybody in there. But I mean, it's three guys that are really key in that middle for it to go anywhere.
Good job, guys.
But the sink man's got to feel good about himself.
Yes, he does. 41 yards. I'll tell you what.
Good kick.
That's
nice
not
kick.
easy.
And especially on a bad field.
On a muddy field, too.
Yeah, bad field, though. So that's even more impressive that way. He gets set to kick off now. Again, Dvorak is deep for the Spartans. He's the guy they really prefer to get the football, and he will try to get to it wherever it's kicked.
Sinkovich giving some signals out there, Warren.
Dvorak takes it at his about 18-yard line, straight up the middle. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line.
We came up with the ball.
Yeah, we did. I don't know how.
That's Paracella brought him down. We had Smith on there and Shellhammer.
Somehow Mike Smith had the ball, Wayne.
Yeah.
Hughesville will take over at their own 35-yard line, 1st and 10, 3 minutes and 33 seconds remaining.
This is the part of the game I like for the Red Tornadoes. It's just going to get real exciting now.
It is.
Wait till you see.
Hand off to Reese right up the middle, and Reese goes nowhere. I see Brown coming up off the pile down there. You're going to see Meyer off the pile, Sinkovich. Evans, and, of course, the big man, Malachowski. I'll tell you what, Brown is definitely making the most of his appearances in there. He's on every tackle on the play that he's in. That brings up a 2nd down and 9. Again, a 1 yard only that time for the Spartans as Rapard brings them to the line. Reese directly behind him. And he trips that time. In fact, he was probably stepped on by his own player as he stepped back.
I think the center caught him stepping back.
But that's going to bring up a loss of yardage. The ball is going to now be set down at the 32-yard line, bringing up now at 3rd, and I'd say 3rd and 14 now for the Spartans.
Well, the center stats there was trying to just get Jeff Evans. He's trying to make that move.
You're right.
And by doing that, he stepped on his own quarterback.
Now, you got to know that Evans is giving everybody in the middle an absolute heart attack the whole game in there.
Oh, big rush from
Malachowski. He's looking for the screen pass.
Oh, and almost intercepted by Sinkovich. Sorry, I took over my position
That's all right. He was looking for 38. Reese trying to set the screen pass up on their side of the line there, but Sinkovich read it perfectly. He was under a big rush, and he nearly picked it off, and it would have been a touchdown.
I think Steve's seen the goal line at that point right there.
That brings up the 4th and 14 for the Spartans, and Lamb will be back in punt position. Nice kick that time, and Sebas is going to take it at the 40-yard line. Coming towards us, cuts up the middle, and is going to be brought down at the 47-yard line. He's got brought down by number 35, and he gets up there 55. 35 is Dole, 55 is Walters. Mount Carmel area will start 1st and 10. Ball sitting on their own 46-yard line. 2 minutes and 7 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Sebas back to pass. He's got a lot of guys in the middle, but he's going to be intercepted down there. And that's 21 is Riegner is the interception at the 35-yard line, brought down by Paracella.
Number 87 made that play, no doubt about it. Fegestad, is that how you say it?
Yes, Fegestad. He
came right in on blocked at the line. Yep. And it probably was supposed to be, but it just happened that way.
So a break here for the Spartans at the 1 minute and 55-second mark of the second quarter as they take over 1st and 10, and now a penalty is being tacked on, I believe a face mask penalty, but it's going to be a big one, and that's going to set the ball down now at the Hughesville 48-yard line where they will take over 1st and 10.
It's like you said, we had it looked like too many receivers in one spot, Wayne.
It must have been a blown pass pattern because we saw Bailey coming up through the center, and the two guys who were wide receivers on both sides ended up in the middle also.
It's Riegner, and he's going to hand it to Dvorak on the inside. Dvorak is going to pick up almost 7 yards that time and brought down,
hurtling over by Sinkovic.
Mike Sinkovic that time. But a pickup of, 5 yards that time for Dvorak. 2nd down and 5 now. Ball sitting on Mount Carmel area's 47-yard line.
Clock at 1:29 in the first half.
It's Dvorak in motion. He's going to roll back to pass, but in serious trouble. He throws, and he's intercepted that time by Meyer. Meyer has the ball, and he's trotting down the sidelines and just stepped out of bounds, ladies and gentlemen. He'll be marked out of bounds at the Hughesville 36-yard line, but nice interception by Meyer that time.
I always said that last 2 minutes, I like Red Tornado's style.
And there was Meyer taking off down the sideline. He had a blocker alongside of him. And what happened, they bumped each other, and that knocked Meyer off balance. And he was trying to tiptoe down the chalk line.
1st and 10, Mount Carmel area from the Hughesville 37-yard line. 1 minute, 10 seconds remaining here in the first half.
Blitz coming.
Sebas back to pass, rolling to his left.
Keep going.
He's going to keep running here and take himself out of bounds at the 29-yard line of the Spartans.
Nick did a good thing. He pulled the ball in. He saw the blitz coming.
Blitz came, right.
He could not set up to throw the pass. But the most important thing is that he didn't try to, with this score the way it is and the way the field is and everything else, you don't want to take the hit. He walked right out of bounds, killed the clock.
7 yards that time for Sebas, brings up a 2nd and 3. Again, the ball now sitting where it was placed down exactly on the Spartans' 30-yard line.
Blitz coming again.
Sebas will be back to pass once again. He's looking at Paracella in the flat. He has him. Paracella's going to be brought down at the Hughesville 27-yard line.
Timeout called by the Red Tornadoes.
He's not going to have enough for a first down. Should be 3rd down and 1, and a very short one, I believe, where they finally placed the ball down at. Yes,
52 seconds left on the clock. Talk a little bit about what's happening in the West out there this weekend, Warren. Aliquippa is playing Washington, Shadyside Academy, and Brownsville. That's the big one.
Yep.
And the other game, Brookville against Sharon. The other one, Forest Hills against United. So they're the ones left in it out in the West, and I guess the 3 big ones, if anybody knows about it, is Shadyside Academy, Brownsville, and they're going to knock one of them. They're going to knock the other one out tonight, the other one being Sharon. And Sharon lucked out. They ended up playing a team that has 6 wins and 5 losses just because they pulled one of these upsets where they beat a top-seeded team. So after this weekend, we'll be down to 8 teams left on the road to Hershey.
I can't believe this now. There was a timeout, and now it looks, if I'm not mistaken, that they're going to measure this. They waited for the timeout to be over and decided to measure the ball. before we go back into play. So extending the timeout a little bit here as we go for the measure. They're very close.
Mount Carmel wastes a timeout. If the officials make the decision to measure, you don't use your timeout right there. Coach Williams had to use his timeout because they didn't measure.
First down. 1st and 10, Big Red. Still a very odd thing to do is to wait till that time to measure the ball. I'm not sure what we're doing there. Setting the ball down now at the Hughesville 27-yard line. You guys smell the food wafting up from the concession stand there. Starving all of a sudden here.
Van Doren and Paracella split far left.
Blitz coming. Sebas back to pass. He's under heavy pressure. All-out blitz that time by the Spartans. And he was looking for Paracella on the sidelines just over his fingertips, but he also had Van Doren right behind him there. Almost in the same pattern. It's going to bring up a second down and 10 now for Big Red. There's 45 seconds remaining in the second period. That time the Spartans brought everybody. They brought some of the guys from the bench on that one.
And with Sebas, you can roll out of it. That's the secret to Nick Sebas.
Paracella's wide right, Smith left, I formation. Sebas drops back to pass, straight drop back. He looks for Bailey in the flat, which was, I believe, to be a screen pass, but got the ball a little bit too high for him. Bailey's going to be brought down and lose. I think when they're on our sideline, you can't see it in here, but he's going to lose 3 yards back to the usual 30-yard line. 38 seconds now remaining. 3rd and 13 now for Big Red. That was really forming as a screen pass is what they were trying to do, but he was already too far away from the wall of blockers to begin with. He was too close to the sidelines by the time he got it there. Sebas in the shotgun formation now. Give him a little bit more time as he sees the field, and he's looking over at Van Doren. Van Doren was well covered that time by Reese. Ball falls incomplete, and it's now 4th and 13 for Big Red. And Coach Williams wants a timeout.
Can we go for a 52-yard field goal?
Feeling pretty good about ourselves now,
I think so. Come on, Mike, put one up there, 52 yards.
Lepard comes to the line of scrimmage, and he's got them in an I formation behind him right now.
Usually he throws out of this, Warren.
He's going to pitch it back to Dvorak.
No, they're still going to throw.
He's going to throw it. He's looking in, and he's going to throw it right to Sebas, who intercepts the pass down at the 2-yard line, and he's brought down by the same guy who threw it to him, Dvorak, and he brought the ball back up to Mount Carmel area's 26, so the Spartans have turned the ball right back over to the Tornadoes, and of course with Sebas getting some revenge there by intercepting Dvorak.
This is a delayed draw here.
He has 16 seconds remaining here in the half. Mount Carmel area leading 24-zip, and they take the ball over 1st and 10. Inside to Bailey. Bailey's on his feet, still up to the
and still
moving. And Bailey takes the ball up to the 37-yard line, where he will have a 1st and 10 for Big Red. And Big Red, I believe, is calling a timeout.
Number 21, Bailey almost got around number 21. He was the last man there to hit him. And 21 just reached up and grabbed the back of Bailey's shoulder pads at the last minute and drug him down. I think Bailey would have scored on that one.
That's a 12-yard pickup for Bailey again that time with a 1st down. And he's really, and we've said this so many times, especially in the last 3 and 4 games when we've seen him run, but he is just smash-mouth football in the middle. He's taking no prisoners in the middle of this football field.
When you're looking at that 4-4, and Wayne, you've said it so many times, you got Daukus and Kovic and Else right there in that middle, and you could send the fullback up there. He's going to get 5-10 yards.
And the thing of it is, you take a look at Al Bailey. You know, he has great speed, 4.4 speed, I guess, for a fullback. And, you know, you get someone motoring now for 5-6 yards, and you have to tackle him. And you better make sure it's around the ankles to bring him down. Anything up above, he's picking up an extra 3 yards.
Look at this defense.
Yeah, that's a prevent defense.
To a full prevent. Sebas is hands off and an inside handoff to Veach. Veach is over to 50, down to the 45, and he's down to the 42-yard line where a penalty flag has been thrown. Dvorak on the stop, and I believe either Dvorak is hurt or he's getting 56 there. I don't know what they're arguing about with each other. Glicka.
If it's a penalty against the defense, it cannot end on that play.
Well, there's one second showing on the scoreboard right now. There's still 1 second showing either way. So they're going to mark this penalty off, whatever it was. And Mount Carmel area will have one more play from the line of scrimmage here in the first half.
And I'll tell you what, I don't understand that deep prevent defense against the Tornadoes, because with the speed that we have, either with Sebas or with Veach or with Bailey, you get them out in the open, that you have to cover them one-on-one and have somebody shield you or just block your vision, they're gone.
The Spartans deciding what it is they want to do, and I don't know if we make that decision yet as we await here.
Well, they're talking. The refs are talking over something right now.
I mean, they're going to have to do. That's actually where he took the ball too. It's a clipping penalty against Big Red, and it's declined, which will make it a 1st and 10 for Big Red. The ball.
Yeah, but they can't get.
Yeah, ball. There it is. Okay, so the ball's sitting on the 42-yard line there, but we were out of timeouts, is what happened.
No. Yep.
So at the end of the first half here at the Silver Bowl in this District 4 championship game, Mount Carmel area leads the Spartans of Hughesville 24-0, and we will be back shortly with halftime stats from Jose down on the field.
No, obviously a great first half for Big Red. 26 rushing attempts for 133 yards, 8 of 13 passing for 82 yards, a total of 215 yards in total offense in the first half with 15 first downs. Individually, Johnny Veach 12 for 90, Al Bailey 7 for 33, Nick Sebas 6 for 16, Matt Van Doren 1 for 4. Receiving, Van Doren 1 for 8, Johnny Veach 1 for 24, Josh Paracella 5 for 53, and Al Bailey 1 for -3. 215 yards, a milestone in the first half. Johnny Veach 90 yards, gives him 1,650. Unofficially, gives him the 3rd best season ever in the history of Mount Carmel football.
Oh my goodness.
The only 2 people ahead of him are Brett Veach with 2162 and Gary Diminick with 2,099. John's a sophomore, let's not forget.
That's right.
Passed his brother Brett for the sophomore record at Mount Carmel. Hell of a performance, and should have had the ball a little more maybe, huh?
Yeah.
What are we playing?
Hughesville, you got it.
14 rushing attempts, -19 in the first half. 2 of 7 passing for 31 for a total of 14 yards. One thing you want to watch, guys, in the second half, this rushing defense had to hold Hughesville to 86 yards, total yards on the ground, to become the best rushing defensive team in the history of the school, surpassing 1994 team, which gave up 616 yards in 12-game schedule. We're obviously ahead of that pace. They'd have to go 105 in the second half to not enable us to do that. I mentioned Johnny. Nick Sebas looked great. He came out 5 for 5. I think maybe we got a little, I don't know, went one too many times at it well, but obviously a great performance.
One of the questions we had, Jose, was coming in against Hughesville, knowing that Hughesville was probably not the better team in the South Williamsport situation, and were we going to be lackadaisical out there? And both barrels were burning, both the offense and the defense.
Yeah, they just couldn't do a thing. And I think after the first series or 2, I think it's over. I don't know if they're in this game at all anymore. And I think we just pound it at them and get it over with and go home and save everybody, get everybody ready for next week.
Jose, on the offensive side, Mike Sinkovich's field goal.
41 yards. The guys down here thought it was the best. Brian Snyder, 1979, 42 yards.
42 yards.
I knew he'd know that.
We thought it was close. We thought it was close to being the longest.
And we checked the spot to make sure that it was right. It was 41 yards. That's what you guys had up there.
We had
right?
41,
right.
Yep.
Yeah, 41. 42 is the best. It looked close from down here, but it was over the bar, and I think he could have made another one. We should have went for that 47-yarder.
Yeah,
That's what we said the same thing.
But obviously a nice punch for Mike. It was a real good feeling for him.
Although I think it would have been a 52-yarder instead of a 47-yarder.
I thought it was on the 30.
What did we figure out? I don't know. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it was on the 30 because we had lost 3 from the 27.
Well, we were going to try to move it back, just get it to be a 50-yarder. Right.
And coincidentally, the longest attempt we ever had was a 52-yarder. That was Greg Kent back in '77 against Berwick. We lost that game 9-8. Last play of the football game, attempted a 52-yarder, and it fell obviously a little short. But that would have been an attempt. Well, you guys had a 52 up there, so well.
Oh, yeah.
27 down here.
We're ready.
All right, good job.
All right, well, we'll see you after the end of the game.
Yep.
And look forward to it.
Great.
Back up here, go over a little bit of the TV crew that's working here tonight, Warren.
Oh, the TV crew, I'll tell you what, every time you look at this TV, even in the morning, someone's got to be working the audio end and the video end. And you see these kids on the street and everything, you certainly give them a pat on the back because they do an outstanding job. The master control is Joe D'Amico. On the camera, our man up here every weekend is Joe Mazer. Joe McGinley down on the field, Joe Beluda, Ryan Devine, and Joe Gushin. And the yearbook photography, Matthias Quimbach. And the man of men, who's run this show for years and years, starting up on Oak Street, our man, Mr. George McPhee.
And we say hello to George. He's not with us tonight. He's home, but we want to say hello to him. And
well, yeah, we could, but he's never going to watch
that's right. And while we're here at halftime, let's do this before the action starts again. There's 15 guys out here playing their last game in the Silver Bowl tonight.
Absolutely, guys.
We do it every year, and we want to thank them. Number 1, Terry Meyer. Number 2, Nick Chesney. Number 8, Mike Smith. Number 29, Josh Paracella. Number 47, Steve Sinkovich. Number 54, Jeff Evans. Number 58, Mike Sinkovich. Number 60, Jason Malakowski. Number 71, Dan Daukas. Number 72, Jamie Vogler. Number 75, Jonathan Else. Number 77, Chris Shue. Number 79, Chris Hughes. Number 80, Chris Cuff. And number 88, Jake Shellhammer.
And you cannot say enough about those young men. Of course, many of them 4-year starters here. And actually, when you say that, we're nearing the end of that. We're in a cycle there where we had many years of 4-year players.
Yeah.
If you take a look at this team,
but out of this
coming
crew,
up,
they played for 4 years, but
right.
actually true starters. There's a bunch of them were 3-year starters. Right.
But even you're starting to see that trend even as we get the squads are getting bigger. The freshman team is getting bigger, but unlike other years, this is a year where only one freshman has come up from the freshman team. So you're going to see a little bit different the way it looks in the next 2 to 3 years down the line. We won't have as many actual 4-year players. And, they're around so long. It seems like 100 years. You get to know them so well, and you see them at Supper Club all those times as they come and take the field here to begin the second half. They just become part of your family after a while, and they're such great kids. And truly, when you get to know them like we do, and if you can get to Supper Club and spend some time with them then, you truly find out how much you miss some of those guys when they move on. And now you know they're going to be replaced with excellent people and great kids, but some of them you get really close with, and you miss them. You hope that they're out there doing their thing and that they're going to have a real successful career ahead of them no matter what they choose. But it's just a kind of a sad experience, I think, sometimes to see some of these guys that you've just been hanging around with, and you hear about them and what they've been doing when they move on. So we wish them the best of luck, and of course they've got some career left here at Big Red.
It's going to happen. We're just talking about the last game.
Yeah, the last home game. Last time they're going to run onto this field, and they just ran onto this field for the last time in their career to start this second period. So just a moment to reflect a little bit and think of all the things they've given us, all the thrills and all the great football games that we got to watch in their careers as they were here. And, of course, hopefully we got 3 more great games after this one to watch. Crown this baby off in Hershey, come home, have that parade, and put this thing to rest.
And they'll take them one at a time.
Oh,
this
absolutely.
is a crew that will take a game one at a time.
Yeah,
Whether it's Montrose or Wyoming area next week, that is all they're going to worry about, and they'll go out and get that team also.
And that's a sign of the maturity, and that's a sign of 4-year starters. It's a sign of a team that's been together, been with each other for a long time. And you may not see that same burst of enthusiasm that sometimes you think to yourself, what are they doing? Well, it's because they got a business-like approach here. It's pretty much we know what we need to do, we know where the goal is, and now it's a matter of taking each step and heading to it. And they look like they're well on their way to doing that.
Now, what happened here in the first half, Hughesville deferred. So the Red Tornadoes, again, they received the ball because of the defer. Now Hughesville gets the ball. Is that how it works on this case?
No.
Okay.
No.
Under the defer, the Red Tornadoes can receive again or not? No. Okay, so Hughesville does receive,
Hughesville
right?
Yeah,
receives.
Right,
yeah.
okay, okay.
I wasn't sure I heard you say that when you were. Yeah, Hughesville will actually receive the ball now. They just, when you say deferred, they deferred their decision
Right.
Yeah.
until the second half.
Okay, so they're going to receive it this time.
They'll receive the football to start the second half, and truly they need to. I mean, they absolutely have to control the ball a little bit better than they had in the first half. And of course, we've said this before, and I'm going to say it out loud because it's just the way that it is. A wing T offense is truly strapped right now just to come back from 24 points.
Oh, yeah,
and I'm not even talking about the defense that they're up against. I don't care what defense they're up against. 24 points is an extremely large amount of points for an offensive philosophy like the wing T to overcome with only 2 quarters to do it in.
Well, I'll tell you what, standing up here, if you remember, when we watched Southern Area and their wing T, there was a lot of deception. There was a lot of times when we did not know who had the ball. But Hughesville did not bring that to the field today.
No, and we heard that though.
You can see that.
They're a hybrid kind of form of the wing T. They're not like South Williamsport when last year we had such a hard time seeing who, because they don't handle the ball real quickly in the backfield. And they're mostly heading into the fullback, 38 Reese. He does the majority of the ball carrying here in their offense. And Sinkovich kicks the ball to begin the second half. Dvorak picks it up on the 8-yard line, and he goes down, pretty much slipping as he tried to stop. He's going to go down right at the 19-yard line of Hughesville, and nobody really put the stop on him. He just tried to put his brakes on and slid down. So Hughesville will take over the ball just outside their 19-yard line. 1st and 10, 11:55 remaining here in the third period, and time now becomes ever so precious for the Spartans.
Well, those of you that weren't around, it did rain very hard today. Pretty much all day, Warren, and the field is mucky down there.
Rapard goes under center for the Spartans. Hands off to Reese. Reese breaks off tackle. He's brought down by Sinkovich, number 47.
And we
lost
lost
a pickup of 4 yards. Brings down a 2nd and 6 now for Big Red.
We're back.
What did we? I don't
We
know.
hit the master switch.
Oh.
We masterized everything there.
He got his cord caught on
disasterized
there.
it, right.
Rapard to Reese again. Reese up the middle. This time he is just whacked at the line of scrimmage, that time by Myers and Kovic. You had Malakowski in there. Cuff came around the end, and of course the dog was nipping at the heels on the bottom. That time he's going to be driven back, and I'm going to say that he probably went back a yard or so that time. Never got all the way to the line of scrimmage. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and 5 now for the Spartans. Ball sitting squarely on their 25-yard line.
Sampson split far right there, Warren.
Rapard goes back to pass. He's rolling to his right. He decides to take the ball, and he's going to pick the 1st down. It brings the ball up over the 30-yard line to the 32, brought down by Sinkovich, Chesney. I'm trying to see the other guy that's walking off there. And Meyer was the other guy that came down. So a 1st down and 10 for the Spartans, and a nice run that time by the junior quarterback Rapard for the Spartans. Ball sitting at the Spartan 33-yard line.
That might be their first rushing 1st down of this game.
Hand off this time to Rigner, number 21. Rigner's going to pick up 4 yards, bringing up a 2nd down and 6. He takes the ball over the 35-yard line to the Hughesville 36.
Terry Meyer just filled the hole nicely. Terry Meyer and Steve Sinkovich, and then finished off by number 80, Chris Cuff.
Spartans looking somewhat crisper here as they begin the second half of play. Rigner goes in motion that time, and I believe he's going to draw the flag. I'm not sure where it's going, but I think it's going to go against Big Red that time. Rigner's motion drew us offside. I think they're going to tack 5 yards on. It's going to bring up a 2nd down and 1 for the Spartans when they put the ball back down.
Well, the count
Although
of the quarterback.
We're going back a lot farther than 5 yards.
There might have been something happened after that. Let's see.
No, it's a 5-yarder. I don't know why
we're going to see another one marked off. Here it comes.
Here it goes. And that's going to be, I'm sure, unsportsmanlike. It's the only thing it could be.
Yeah, they called it a personal foul.
15 yards, and that is a 20-yard penalty, ladies and gentlemen, walked off against Big Red. The ball is set down at Mount Carmel area's 43-yard line, where the Spartans will take up shop 1st and 10 now. And that was one load of a penalty there.
Well, that'll just get the Big Red mad.
Dvorak on the carry, and he's brought down immediately by Sinkovic that time, Meyer, and again, Evans. And Evans is wreaking havoc in the bottom of that line. Dvorak will end up losing a yard. That was up 2 yards that time. Going to bring up a 2nd and 12. Ball now back at the 45-yard line.
Steve Sinkovic hit the line, or the tackle, the left tackle, and drove him back into the ball carrier.
Report's going to go back to pass. He's rolling to his left, and he sees number 1.
Fumble, dropped the
I'm sorry,
ball.
21. Well, was it 21, 12? What am I looking at here?
12.
13.
Or is it Sampson? It's hard to tell.
Wait till he turns around here.
Sampson.
13 Sampson was the split end. And that time Sampson had caught the ball but took a big hit and dropped it and didn't get the reception. So brings up a 3rd and 12 now for the Spartans. And you can't blame Report on that one. That was an excellent pass.
Throw.
Sampson just got hit and dropped the ball. And I didn't see, did you see who hit him?
Nope.
I don't know who made the hit on that. Brings up a passing situation, I'm sure, for the Spartans. As Report, quick drop, fires it again. Sampson, 13 at the 40-yard line. And he's going to be driven out of bounds at the 35-yard line by
Paracella,
Sebas. Daukus was down there.
Terry Meyer. He just got up. Yeah,
there.
Terry Meyer just got up too. He was coming in there.
It's going to bring up a 4th down, and I'm going to call this a 4th down and 2 for the Spartans here. The ball just inside Mount Carmel area's 35-yard line. Of course, the Spartans have no choice but to go for it here. So a big 4th down play for Mount Carmel area's defense here. Spartans line up in their normal wing tee setup. Rapard's going to hand to Dvorak, and Dvorak,
he got it. Good
Excellent job.
Yes.
Stopped by Lentini that time and Daukus, but he picked up enough yardage just over the line. It's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Spartans, and the ball's going to be sitting at the Mount Carmel area 33-yard line. That time, that was nice second effort by Dvorak.
Oh yeah,
yeah. That's what
did you see how he worked down the line? He started at the center of the line and just worked his way down.
So the 20-yard penalty now enables the Spartans to penetrate as the 2nd deepest penetration they've had in the game so far. Rapard rolls now to his right, looks to pass. Oh, hit hard and overthrows. Trying to see who he comes up. I believe it's probably Dvorak, 33. Chesney on the coverage, but the quarterback Rapard
he's not going to get up.
No.
He got hit very hard in the ribs. And when you have your arm extended like that throwing the ball, he took a real good shot to the ribs.
Number 10, McClintock has come into the game. Now, I don't know if McClintock is going to play quarterback or not because he's not listed. The quarterback is listed as 11. Who comes in, but I didn't see a quarterback come in the game yet. But we'll continue to keep our eye unless Sampson is the split end. Now Sampson also is listed as a quarterback, and Sampson would be the senior backup quarterback. As Rapard gets up and goes off on his own, he's going to be out of play, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Sampson is going to take over at quarterback, at least for one play here, as he runs down to get the play from Coach Cassell's. So a new quarterback here into the wing tee offense for the Spartans now. The ball sitting on Mount Carmel area's 33-yard line. We have a 2nd and 10. There is 8 minutes and 15 seconds remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Sampson hands to Dvorak, and the inside, Dvorak still on his feet. Brought down by Daukus, but not till he gets down to the Mount Carmel area, 18-yard line.
Nice.
Mount Carmel 16-yard line when he placed the ball down.
Misdirection play, slash back up in the middle.
First time you've seen it, really.
Yep.
I mean, they did not run that play in the first half. They did not try doing that misdirection out of that wing tee, and that's what you talked about earlier that you saw with Southern.
A little bit of deception.
Enough for a first down for the Spartans as they take over 1st and 10 on the 16 of Mount Carmel area. Rapard back in the football game at quarterback, and he pitches to Rigner. And Rigner's trying to get outside, and he's not going to do it.
Ooh.
That time you see Sinkovic, who really does it, but then Chesney tried to kill him and finish it off there.
Well,
so
you know, I tell you,
Rigner's going to take a big loss here.
You take a look at Steve Sinkovic and a little bit of speed. You know, he's coming in from playing some offense last year as a running back, and you see what he can do when he gets free and open like that. He caught the ball carrier from behind.
Ball's all the way back on the 25-yard line of Big Red, bringing up a 2nd and 19 now for the Spartans. Rapard back to pass. He's looking for 13. Sampson in the end zone, covered nicely that time by Paracella, and Sebas coming over the help. Ball falls incomplete, bringing up 3rd now and 19 for the Spartans at the Mount Carmel area 25-yard line. Good
Paracella step by step with him all the way. Nice thing was Sebas, the free safety, being able to come over and help, but the secret there was Paracella just running step by step with him. 7:03 left in the 3rd.
Rapard a quick step back. He looks at Sampson. Sampson eludes Paracella, but it's going to be brought down hard that time by Sebas, and he only got to the 21-yard line, which brings up a 4th down and 14 now. Ball's going to sit just about the 20-yard line of Mount Carmel area.
Did you see how quick Steven Sinkovic was over Wayne on that play?
And that's what I said, even with Sebas. You know, Sebas is there as a free safety, and that's exactly what Hughesville was looking for. You know, one-on-one, you try to break your receiver free and hope that you don't have the coverage in the secondary.
Now we're going to try a field goal here at 4th down and 14. You have Onstadt, the inside linebacker, Sampson holding for him, and he's going to attempt a field goal. Ball sitting directly on the 20-yard line.
So it's a 37-yard kick.
Ball's back, kicks up, and Rigner's got some foot in that baby, and he did it. He put it over the goalpost for the first points of the game for the Spartans. That time, a 37-yard field goal by Brian Onstadt, number 19. And with 6:05 remaining here in the 3rd period, Mount Carmel area 24, Hughesville 3.
How about in a high school football game, a 37-yarder and a 41-yarder?
41-yard field goal, outstanding.
Now we have never seen Hughesville play. This is the first ever meeting between the Spartans and Mount Carmel area on the field of football. And so, consequently, we have no common opponents, so we didn't know much about them. And we heard nothing about
Southern.
Yeah, Southern. We heard nothing about their kicking game.
Right.
And you're right. Southern's the only team, and Southern beat them. And again, their only other loss in the season was to South Williamsport in the opening game of the season, where apparently they ran 65 offensive plays, ran up and down the field, but couldn't put the ball in the end zone, and ended up on a short end of a 30-12 or 30-14 score.
Yeah.
The Hughesville Southern game, and Hughesville Southern game was also very close right near the end there. So they get ready to kick off. Dvorak will kick off, and of course he's going to kick off to Sebas, Bailey, and Veach, and it looks like Sebas is going to pick it up on his 18-yard line. Goes straight up, and he's going to be stopped right away by number 41, Ryan Miller from Hughesville, and a flag on the field.
Boy, I missed that penalty altogether. I saw 41 clipping. Hit Nibbit and Sebas and nothing else.
The flag flew about 35 yards.
Well, the problem is I didn't see another red tornado there, though. Did you see one, Warren?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
The clipping's going to be the call here, and drive Big Red back, end up placing the ball down just about the, he's going to say 16-yard line, where Mount Carmel area will take over 1st and 10 at the 6:01 mark of the 3rd quarter. Probably the worst field position of the evening for Big Red here as they go 1st and 10. Handoff is to Veach. Veach cuts up, and that time picks up 8 yards to the 25-yard line, where it'll be 2nd and 2. Rigner on the stop that time.
Now they're out of the eye.
Quick handoff to Bailey. Bailey's going to pick the first down up. That time he's stopped by 19 Onstadt and 75 Forsman, and actually Forsman was the big gun here on the offensive and defensive line for the Spartans. And it's the first time I've called his name all evening.
First time he called his name. He's 6'3", 273.
So Elson Daukus over there apparently doing a yeoman's job on him. We have not heard his name save for this call all evening. Mount Carmel area ball on the 27-yard line of their own 27. They take over 1st and 10. And I believe someone was offside here, and now waiting to see who it is.
Yeah, some movement on the Tornado
could
side.
Could be us on this one as we march back. It's going to be a 5-yard penalty. And Mount Carmel area has become not quite as precise and not quite as crisp now here in the 3rd period, especially on offense.
What happened there, the defensive line, the whole defensive line shifted left. And if you're on that offensive line and don't have your eye on the ball, you're going to have the tendency to jump offside on that one.
He brings Paracel out to the left.
No, we did it again.
Bandura to the right, and that's going to be another offside penalty on Big Red. Drive back another 5 yards. Going to bring up a 1st and 20 now. From Mount Carmel areas. So let's see. Where are they going to set this one down at the 17-yard line, I believe? Yes. Well, things are not going well for Big Red here in this series of downs.
I'm sure they're talking it over in the huddle right now.
1st and 20. Handoff to Veach this time. Veach cuts around him, but he's going to bring down there by a good solid tackle by 48. The outside linebacker Lamb of Hughesville. Pick up to the 20-yard line of Mount Carmel area. Bring up a 1st and well, you're looking at a 2nd and 19.
You see that hole from where we're sitting right here.
Yeah.
You get a good shot at it, and then just good lateral pursuit.
Lamb that time made a nice play.
Good
really
pursuit.
Did. He's the outside linebacker there. He made a nice play. Ball on the 19-yard line. Sebas now back to pass, but hands off to Veach. Again, inside Veach, up near the 30-yard line where he'll be brought down by 33 Dvorak. But a nice gain that time, bringing up a 3rd down now. And where the ball gets set down, that should be a 3rd down and 8 for Mount Carmel area. Ball sitting at the 29-yard line of Big Red.
Great play because, Sebas went back looking past, and the linebacking crew of Hughesville and the defensive backs went back in the prevent defense and gave a nice open center of the field for Veach.
Bailey, the lone back behind Sebas.
Here comes the blitz.
Blitz by Hughesville.
Nice
Sebas rolls out. And there he has Paracella for the 1st down at the 42-yard line of Mount Carmel area.
Great throw, great catch.
I'll tell you what, great blocking by the center of that line. You got with Vogler in there and Daukus, Jonathan Else, Mike Sinkovich, and Chris Shue and Cuffey there. They picked up that blitz and sealed off that whole right side of the offensive line, and there was no way anybody was getting through.
1st and 10, ball on the 41-yard line of Big Red. I formation.
3:16 left in the 3rd quarter. Going to take Veach outside.
That time, 21, I believe. Rigner saved the touchdown on Veach, and he brings the ball up in a 1st down. Yardage brings the ball up now inside Spartan territory at the 48-yard line.
It's amazing just to count how many times Veach almost broke it because of one person either, reaching out to get the ankles or just by grabbing the shoulder pad or something. He's so close to breaking just about every time he carries the ball.
Fake pitch. Sebas right up the middle.
One guy again.
Picks up 4 yards that time. Bring up a 2nd and 6. Ball sitting down at the Hughesville 39.
19 on the tackle was Brian Enst.
I'm sorry, were you at there?
19.
19 is Onstadt.
Onstadt.
He's the defensive captain there.
I don't have to worry about names today. So
Nope.
That's
See?
why I just did that to throw you in like
I
that.
couldn't. I'm looking at you. 19's right in front of me there, and I'm here
just
pointing
wanted
at
to
him.
play Warren once and see what it sounded
I'm
like.
thinking, where is he?
2nd down, 6 yards to go.
Bailey with the ball still, and a nice fake from Sebas. Bailey picks up the 1st down and drives the ball all the way down to the Hughesville 32-yard line.
An unusual play.
Definitely.
That was actually a pitch to
the
Bailey,
fullback,
to the fullback, going through the hole and off tackle.
We haven't seen that one before.
Have not seen that one before. You are right. Pick up 12 yards. I'd like to see it again.
Yes. 1st and 10, Big Red, as they now begin to put together a pretty impressive drive that began way down in their own part of the field after the consecutive penalties. Split backfield. Sebas to Bailey. Once again, Bailey straight up the middle, still moving. And now Bailey's going to do his usual, carry 9 guys all the way down to the 21-yard line. Tackle finally made by Lamb and Onstadt. But again, Bailey just running and knocking people over as he runs through the middle of the line.
Nice hole that time, Wayne.
I'll tell you what, some great patience between Sebas and Bailey. That was actually a delayed handoff. And you have to wait until everything is formed, till your cross blocks are made and everything else before you can take off through the hole.
Another 1st down for Big Red as they begin 1st and 10. That time Sebas fakes and keeps the ball, now rolls out to his left, still on his feet, still moving down, all the way down, and he's going to be, as like my old eyes can look.
6-yard line, maybe?
I was going to say he's looking at the 5 or 6-yard line there, depending where they set it down at.
No, you're right, the 6.
Okay, 6-yard line that time for Sebas, where it'll be 1st and goal from the 6.
Well, that's a play to take care of that blitz. That's what it does right there. They had everybody blitzing. They wanted to go back and get Sebas, so he just ran by them, Wayne.
Well, they blitzed on the left-hand side. Sebas ran to our left offensively, ran away from the blitz. But the most important thing is with his speed, he just ran right by the defensive end that was coming in.
Okay, Sebas up under center, split backfield. He hands to Bailey. Bailey still on his feet. Bailey still up, and Bailey's going to take it in for the touchdown in one of the hardest 6-yard runs you're going to see anywhere, folks.
Well, on the pitch, you left Bailey out there all by himself. There really wasn't any blocking that was going to take place out there. You just threw him out there, Wayne, and he said, I'm going to score a touchdown, and he did.
I mean, it's just his personality now. It's just the type of ball player that Bailey's becoming, the hard-nosed type runner that Mount Carmel has been noted for.
Cinco gets his shoe on, which is still probably the hardest part of the entire evening for him all the time, is changing shoes back and forth as he prepares for the extra point. Ball is placed, and it is up, and it is good, ladies and gentlemen. So with 48 seconds remaining in the 3rd period, Mount Carmel area has opened up a 31-3 lead over the Hughesville Spartans here in the District 4 championship game.
And I'll tell you what, give credit to a couple people there. Number 70, which was John Bartle. Number 64, which was Sean Thomas, and Jonathan L. 75, the center. They sent 3 guys right in the middle and actually did one thing that's illegal, is you can't go over the center like they did right there. You have to come up and let him stand up, and they didn't. And good blocking in the center to let Mike get that kick away.
Well, that's been the way they've handled it. Onstadt, number 19, continually does that leap in the middle of the line, trying to block the extra point. That's the kind of play they've ran it so far every time. So that's probably what they like to do best. Sinkman's getting quite a workout just kicking tonight.
Yeah, that leg's getting to work tonight.
Going to be heavy when he gets done tonight. He'll be kicking off, and of course 33 Dvorak is deep for the Spartans. He's standing down at his 7-yard line.
That line drive
right over Dvorak's
head
that time, and he'll go in the end zone for a touchback, but he should have been standing at the goal line, not his 7, because it went right over his head. Spartans will take over on their own 20-yard line and begin 1st and 10. There's 48 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter.
Oh, we had a change up here on the camera if you haven't noticed because you're talking there. And Joe Mazer did not put extra weight on. This is our boy from last year, Joe Novotny.
Ooh, the extra weight thing got to hurt him. Look at him. That cut him. You don't have to take that from him, Joe. Ripard under center. He's going to hand off to Reese. Reese off tackle, brought down by Myers. Right at the 30-yard line. 10-yard pickup, and that's going to be good for a first down. Maybe not.
Well,
now look where he put the ball now. Come on, guys. Brings up a second down and 8 inches.
Well, did you notice what they did? They ran to the right side away from Jeremiah Brown.
That means
every time we've scored,
right,
we kicked the extra point.
He's been in on the tackle. They started going away from him.
They're going away from him.
Again,
now.
Reese with the ball this time and hit hard right at the end by Meyer. Meyer's the guy that hit him the first time. Daukus is going to end up bringing him down again with the Evans in there, but it's going to be enough for the first down. And the Spartans will move the chains now. The ball sitting down at the Spartan 32-yard line. And unfortunately, time is now winding down here in the third period. Another play will not be run. And as it winds down, the Spartans have got to start feeling the pressure. And boom, there it is, the end of the third period, ladies and gentlemen.
Boom.
With Mount Carmel, yes, boom.
Sound effects,
with Mount Carmel area in the lead, 31-3. And give me a chance real quickly to tell you that you are watching WKMC TV, broadcasting directly from the campus at Mount Carmel Area High School over a microwave signal WLX267. We are an instructional fixed television service, and you are catching us every Wednesday night, 8 p.m., Channel 13 in the Service Electric Cable System. And, of course, as I always tell you, and you better start doing it, at 7:30 a.m. we are live. Tune in every weekday morning. The Mount Carmel Area School is in session, and get all the news of the day that there is actually to listen to.
And while we're still here at the quarter break, make sure you get down to Supper Club.
Absolutely. We had a great one last week. Last night, of course. Last week, not last night. It was last night to me, but last week when you see this. But had the rest of the seniors there that for this game, and just a great time. Nice crowd. Talked football, and now when you get to talk about who's left, and of course. Phil Gergen gives us the rundown of every bracket and who's going where and who's doing what, and you get to talk to the kids a little bit. And we had some managers with us last night again. Second week in a row we had the managers come by, so really a good time. Ripard to Reese, and he's going to be brought down immediately by Malakowski and Sinkovic, gain of 1 yard. 2nd and 9 for the Spartans. That was a hard yard for him, guys.
Well, I'll tell you what, Malakowski is really, again, had another great night tonight. You might not be calling his name every play, but he's there causing some havoc someplace.
Dvorak with the ball. Be brought down there by Cuff 80, Sinkovic again, and Evans, pickup of 3 yards. Brings up a 3rd down and 6 now for the Spartans. Ball sitting just inside their own 35-yard line.
Steve Sinkovic came off there. Something happened. Whether it was he took it on the face. He took a finger in the eye. That's what he did. Dvorak got a finger in the face mask, and Steve ripped his helmet off. Doc Recco working on him.
Ripard back to pass. He's looking at Sampson over there at number 13, and well covered by Paracella. A little help from Myers coming in at the end, but Sampson couldn't handle the ball. And the ball falls incomplete, and the Spartans will end up in a punt formation with number 48, John Lamb, going back to punt for them. He'll be kicking to Veach and Sebas. They're down at their 33-yard line. Kicks away, going to be heading in the direction of Sebas once again. He eludes one man. He's on the sidelines, and he tried to cut around Morose that time. Morose stepped his foot back to make the block, and Sebas tripped over him. That was the only way that play went down.
That's the only way you could call it.
And the ball's going to be on the Mount Carmel area 47-yard line. First and 10, Big Red. Going to come in out with Bailey as the lone back. Veach split to the left. Sebas back to pass, looking for Chesney. He's got him at the 50. Chesney still on his feet, and Chesney are brought down at the 45-yard line of the Spartans. Good for an 8-yard pickup, second down and 2.
Timing pass is working very well tonight. The flats, you know, Sebas he looks as accurate as ever. I mean, he's getting so good at throwing that flat pass, picking up 8 yards every time we throw it.
Well, that pass is open too. The cornerbacks drop back and they leave that flat, so you go get it. That's what I say, right? And they're doing it. They're doing it.
They're doing some more fishing, you know, and trying to get those defensive backs to come in so we can release and go on them.
Again, Bailey the lone back behind Sebas. Sebas back to pass. He's on the run, and he's going to be brought down that time on a nice tackle by 19, the inside linebacker, Onstadt. Going to bring up a loss on the play for Sebas.
Unfortunately, I'll tell you what, he had Veach wide open. You could see Sebas trying to set his feet and square up with the field to throw the ball.
One, right.
And Veach was wide open downfield.
The loss on the play brings up a third down now, and I'm going to say 8 for Big Red. Ball sitting on Big Red's 49-yard line. Again, Bailey the lone back, Sebas back to pass. He has Chesney over the middle. Chesney picks the ball up at the 40-yard line, good enough for a Mount Carmel area first down.
I'll tell you what, you know you're running good pass patterns, and that was a hook. Chesney is, you know, and all the receivers are making sure they're down past the first down yard marker, and he was about 3 yards past it. But a hook runs 15 yards, at least 2 yards past where you want a hook and come back to. And the defender was already 3 yards behind him. So running some excellent pass patterns here by all of the receivers tonight.
Chesney comes out of the game now. He got Veach and Paracelsus, but wide left. Shotgun formation for Sebas. It was a run from the very beginning, but we're going to be offside. Illegal motion.
We're moving when they jump. You can't. We have to wait till our signal call is made there as that defensive line shifts to the left, Wayne.
Well, again, you know what that boils down. You might be getting a little complacent down there with the score the way it is. You know, you have to really concentrate on the cadence that you're making down there. You know, you're the offensive team, and you know what the call is. You can't worry about what the defensive team is doing on the other side of the line.
First and 15 now for Mount Carmel area from the Hughesville 45-yard line. Did it again. Going to be first and 20 from the 50-yard line now for Big Red, as again, for the second time in this game, 2 consecutive offside penalties. Has put the ball back 10 yards. There's 8:26 remaining here in the fourth period.
You know how you stop that very quickly? You come up to the line and you have a quick count. And probably the way Hughesville is doing it, you're going to catch them while they are moving.
Yeah, they are. You're right.
Yep.
Bailey comes in motion to the left. And Sebas is looking for Bailey, and he hits him in a nice pass that time. Bailey fumbled the ball, and actually the fumble is recovered that time by the Spartans. Number 33, Dvorak, comes up with the play, and Hughesville will take the ball over on their own 37-yard line.
In defense of Bailey, what happened there was he was looking downfield at his blockers about 5, 6, 7 yards downfield, and he was blindsided. He was hit by the linebacker coming directly across the field.
First and 10 for the Spartans. Apart under center. Goes back to pass. He's looking for Sampson. Sampson being covered by Paracella that time with help from Shellhammer. Ball just over his fingertips, falls incomplete, brings up a 2nd and 10 for the Spartans. That was probably his best pass of the evening, actually, though. When he got himself rolled out and he set up. What he looks like to me, guys, is that he doesn't throw as well when he's rolling and moving as if you give him a chance to set up a little bit. And, of course, in high school, that's true of most quarterbacks. But that time he threw a nice pass that time. Really, Sampson just couldn't get underneath it. Rigner's in motion. He's going to hand to Dvorak right up the middle. Dvorak's going to be brought down by Myers and Lentini, going to pick up a gain of 5 yards and bring up a 3rd and 5.
Good job by Terry Meyer.
Terry Meyer, he's staying his ground. If you're watching, he's not taking any of the fakes in the backfield either way. And he's holding his ground and filling the hole as the defense, as a linebacker is supposed to do, and he's making the tackle.
Yeah. Yeah, he's really tough in the middle.
Yes, he
just
is.
Cannot get around him.
Well, between him and Steve Sinkovich, you know, they are two outstanding linebackers.
Dvorak goes in motion. Ripard's going to roll it pass. Under heavy pressure that time, and he's aiming for 21, and he got him. Rigner made a great catch at the Mount Carmel area 45-yard line. He'll bring a first down for the Spartans, but nice catch that time by Rigner. He was in heavy traffic.
In heavy traffic, but I'll tell you what, Terry Meyer had that all the way. He had it in his hands, and the ball did just tip up over his head after he touched it.
And that's one of those ones where things happen like that. That's just when you get to this level, when teams are 9-2, every once in a while one like that's going to happen.
Oh, absolutely.
There's some good athletes out here for you.
That's what you don't want to forget. There are some nice athletes out there in the field wearing green. Again, Rigner in motion. Ripard hands up to Dvorak in the middle. Dvorak still on his feet. He's going to be brought down by Sinkovich, 47. Carries the ball down to the 40-yard line where it'll be 2nd and 5 for the Spartans. And 65, Brown now in the ball game, replacing Malachowski. And Malachowski had that look like, I don't want to go see Coach Connolly right this minute. A quick hand off to Lucas Reese right up the middle that time. He's only going to gain about a yard that time.
Evans there.
Evans
and
is
Jeremiah Brown was there for
Brown.
the tackle.
That's going to bring up a 3rd down. And actually, I don't think he gained enough yardage, but I'll say 3rd down and 4, but it's a long 4. Malachowski back into the ball game, replacing Brown.
Oh, I wouldn't want to go up against him right now.
Ripard back to pass. He's looking for Sampson, number 13, covered by Paracella, 29 that time, and well covered, and the pass falls incomplete. And that's going to bring up a 4th down and a long 4 for the Spartans. And of course, at this point in the football game, there's 5 minutes, 26 seconds remaining in the ball game. The Spartans are a sure bet to go for it.
Yeah. Timeout called, and they're going to even talk this play over.
Yes, we had a special guest last night at Supper Club. We had Bob Welker from Academy Sports Center came down, and of course we were buying him dinner because Bob and of course his wife and the rest of his family, his sister there, the rest of his family all have been very good to the Supper Club over the years, and we felt it was just a nice gesture to try to repay him a little bit, so brought him down for a great dinner. Had a great time down there. He really enjoyed himself, and I enjoyed sitting with him for the evening. And he brought down some sweatshirts and stuff, which, of course, me being the sucker that I am, I bought as much as I could, and everybody else did too, for that matter. So it was a nice night. But really, what we wanted him to do was just come down and have dinner with us and kind of repay him a lot, because I said, what nobody realizes is that in some years, the Supper Club, because we spend so much money in championship years, come up a little bit lean. And I come in with my hat in my hand in the academy and have to pull him to the side and say, could you carry me for a while? And let's face it, folks, carrying me is no easy task. Just a big thank you again to him, and it was really our pleasure to have him down as our guest.
Big 4th down play for the Hughesville Spartans.
Bart is going to pass. He rolls out under heavy pressure, and he's going to run for it, and he's going to get it. Brought down by Malachowski, but not before Ripard. Myers is going to be a little shaken up that time. Took a hit from Lucas Reese, but he's up. But 1st down and 10 for the Spartan as the ball goes all the way down to the Mount Carmel area 30-yard line on Ripard's keeper.
Actually, he gave Lucas Reese the hit, but he took the worst of it on his hand.
On his hand.
Yeah, it didn't really hurt him more than his hand, but.
Ripard back to pass. Again, looking for Sampson. He's got Paracella in front of him, and nice play that
what
time
a great
by Paracella. Pass falls incomplete. And again, guys, take a look.
Yeah.
He only has one receiver who has crossed the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
Only one guy crossed the line of scrimmage that time for the Spartans, as Sampson, the split end, was the target. You're either throwing to him or you're not throwing it.
But a great play by
Paracella all night.
Right.
Paracella has had him all night, too.
He's had a tough job all night. You know, I mean, it's not easy covering somebody one-on-one every play.
2nd and 10 now for the Spartans. Ripard again to pass, and again looking right at Sampson, and that time, again, covered by Paracella. Pass falls incomplete. Ripard's a little angry with himself that time. Felt he should have threw a little better pass because he probably could have hit Sampson, but
he had, in that time, he had pressure from Bailey coming in from the linebacker position.
And the ball falls incomplete, bringing up 3rd and 10 now for the Spartans from the Mount Carmel area 30. Time dwindling away, 4 minutes and 55 seconds remaining in the ball game.
Bailey's in there for Steve Sinkovich, right? They still working on his eye?
No, Sinkovich is in there. Bailey
just have the extra back.
Yep.
Okay.
Ripard back to pass. Again, he has. He is ducked inside, but he's going to be brought down. Oh my goodness! There he's got Mike Sinkovich. He's got Evans, and he just got inside Daukus that time. But he managed to pick up. Actually, he probably picked up 3 yards on the play. It's going to bring up a 4th down and 7 now for the Spartans, and the ball's sitting at the Mount Carmel area 26-yard line. Another big 4th down play for the Spartans. They converted on the last one, guys, and we'll see what they have up their sleeve. But again, he continually only has one guy in the passing route formation.
It's Terry Meyer that's out. He's sitting on the bench down here.
Okay, Ripard back to pass again. Ooh! This time he was, again, heading for Sampson, but 54, the dog, took a bite out of him and left him laying in the middle of the field, and the Spartans will turn the ball over. Mount Carmel area takes over again on their own 26-yard line. 1st and 10, Big Red.
Now, you take a look at the defense. You take a look at that nose guard. And Jeff Evans has, again, done an outstanding job this season. And he's got to be one tired kid at the end of a game the next day, because you have to realize he's taking on probably the biggest player on any team, and that's either center or the 2 guards.
Pitches to Veach this time as he comes around the left side. Continues to churn out yardage there, and he brings the ball up to the Mount Carmel area 34-yard line. That time 25 Hartman and 56
346
on the
sorry,
trying to find 56.
I know you
called his number all night. No,
3:40 left in the ball game.
I'm in the 4th quarter and I called his number for the first time, so I couldn't find his name there. Glicka, of course, is the right defensive end in the 4-4 alignment for the Spartans.
No, nobody moved.
We're going to soon set a record for these kind of penalties, though. There'll be another illegal procedure call against Big Red. A motion penalty. Drive the ball back 5 yards. He's going to bring up a 3rd down and 2. Again, time continues to dwindle here. Again, the Spartans are now pretty much looking at the end of the road for their season. 2 minutes, 43 seconds remaining in the 4th quarter. Mount Carmel area now in control of the ball, sitting at their own 34-yard line with a 3rd down and 3. And again, a penalty has come, and this is becoming, if anything else, the only thing that would be worrisome to the Mount Carmel area, as they have taken another 5-yard motion penalty.
Now, there's the 2nd time I have not seen anybody move. Although, you're not down on the field, we're a good distance away. But again, my suggestion would be, it is a quick count.
3rd and 8 now for Big Red. Ball back on the 29-yard line. Hand off to Veach, going around the right side. Veach breaks loose. Oh,
great tackle. That was a great tackle.
At the tackle that time by 30. And 30 is Kyle Robbins, a 5'10", 150-pound sophomore, but he saved a touchdown with Veach. Veach brought the ball to the Mount Carmel area 35-yard line where it brings up a 4th down and long one, and it looks like Mount Carmel area will punt.
No, this is power.
We're going?
Is power offense coming here.
I'm sorry, I thought we were changing everybody.
This is power offense coming.
I apologize.
No, that's
Mount Carmel area will run the ball with a 4th and 1. Inside their own 35-yard line, guys, here. So this is a little bit of
Hughesville thinks they brought a punt team on.
Yeah, this is a little bit of really rub it in your face here as Hughesville dropped 2 guys back and now needs to get them to the line of scrimmage. And Hughesville very alertly, I believe.
No, got a flag here. Delay game.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That may have been more 5-yard penalties than I've seen in my lifetime in the last quarter and a half here. Mount Carmel area now changes teams and now will punt the ball. I was right after all.
You were right.
Ball sitting back on their 30-yard line now, 4th and 6. And Stevenson coach will go back in punt formation. He'll be punting to Dvorak or Rigner.
John Ells had a long snap there because of Meyer.
Oh, look at this punt.
Nice kick.
Well over Rigner's head, and the ball continues to bounce. Rigner has finally picked it up, but he picked it up at his 16, and things are getting...
Oh, and the bus!
Oh, my goodness. 75, Jonathan Ells, the All-State center, absolutely destroyed Wigner. Ball sitting down on the 13-yard line, and that's a first there, ladies and gentlemen.
Excellent.
But the big man took a head of steam down and just nailed Rigner.
And he was moving,
oh, my
wasn't
goodness.
He was moving.
Oh, my goodness. That's one that Rigner's not going to soon forget, ladies and gentlemen. 1st and 10 for the Spartans now from their own 13. Quick handoff to Reese. Reese continues the chew yardage all the way down to the Spartan 20-yard line, where it'll be 2nd down and 7.
Sorry, I'm back.
Oh, that's okay.
That's okay.
I'm back.
That was quite a hit from the bus, though. I mean, Jonathan Ells downfield like lightning there and just absolutely destroyed Rigner as he turned upfield. 2nd down and 3 now for the Spartans. Ball sitting on their own 20-yard line. There's 24 seconds remaining in the football game, ladies and gentlemen. Rapard takes it, hands it again off to Reese up the middle. Reese gets no yardage that time. Brought down by, I'm guessing, Paracella for a second there.
We're back.
Evans also there. And ladies and gentlemen, that's it. That's the football game. 2 minutes, 2 seconds, 1 second, 0 seconds. That's the ball game. Mount Carmel Area High School, 1998 District 4 champions, ladies and gentlemen, as they have beaten the Hughesville Spartans 31-3 here at the Silver Bowl, and of course have advanced to the next round, the opening round of the state playoffs.
This is it, baby.
You okay now?
We are going on the road to Hershey.
Are you okay now? You almost fell out of the booth for sure that time.
Good game.
Well,
oh my goodness. Oh goodness.
I guess, well, we'll go back to the game here in a minute as Jose goes, but I guess one of the last plays in the Silver Bowl, and he can do that. That makes you feel good.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you want to have a memory of your last game here. The big guy's going to have it, but absolutely smashing hit and great run that time by
showing
Ellison.
showing some speed getting down.
And that's
after
why
he
you
snapped
question
the ball.
why I'm up here. You know, like I do. It was time to yell.
Absolutely.
It was time.
You don't have to make excuses to us. But again, a big win here for the Red Tornadoes of Mount Carmel Area High School against the Hughesville Spartans. Of course, the Spartans coming in after knocking off South Williamsport. A little bit of a Cinderella team here in District 4, but Cinderella had not only her shoes taken off her, but they pretty much just stripped them and killed her.
Yeah, she was.
Right now.
She was.
So the Spartans will limp home right now. Again, they had a fine season, ending their season with just 3 losses. And, of course, the big loss coming in a District 4 championship game. But they will be champions again here in Mount Carmel. as we thought they would be. And now they look down the road, of course, and as we speak now to you tonight, you obviously know who they are playing, and we believe it's going to be Wyoming area or Montrose, whichever one of them wins.
And we really don't know anything tonight because for us it won't happen until tomorrow.
Right. But all the things that you want to see happen. Hey, congratulations there, Mr. Drayden, our third-place guy in the cross country.
Yeah, there he is.
Wandering through the press box.
You're right.
And he makes a heck of a cheerleader too.
Oh, he does.
Yeah.
Huh? Should we go there or no?
No. Stay away from that one.
We'll save him that one. Then.
One night we'll put on the videotape for them all and show you how the Powder Puff cheerleaders did for the Powder Puff game.
Okay, we got the big guy down at the 40-yard line down there, and you need to turn him on, I believe, or.
Okay, guys. Offensively, an awesome performance by the Tornadoes tonight. 40 rushes for 229 yards, 12 of 17 passing for 125, for a total of 344 yards in total offense, 22 first downs. Individually, Johnny Veach, 18 for 138, Al Bailey, 12 for 67, Nick Sebas, 9 for 30. Receiving, Josh Paracella, 6 for 64, Nick Chesney, 2 for 19, Al Bailey, 2 for 10, Johnny Veach, 1 for 24, Matt Van Doren, 1 for 8. On the other side of the ball, 33 rushes for 41 net yards. So that makes this the best defensive rushing team ever in a school history.
All right.
Under 600 yards in 12 games. 5 of 19 for 59 yards passing for a total of 100 yards in a game. 9 first downs. Missed it in the first half. They broke the season sack record with 48, and nobody got the tackle on it because it was the one that the guy slipped. Anyway, I can't hear you, so we're done. Take it away.
Okay,
we'll be back with Jose in Shamokin next week,
Absolutely.
I guarantee. And that's probably where the game will be, in Shamokin. Yeah. They're getting the awards on the field right now, and district championship, District 4 AA championship. What more can you say?
No, I mean, it's everything they had worked for, and they began this work 1 minute almost to the date last year when they were upset by South Williamsport in the muck here in the Silver Bowl. I think from that moment on, they pointed to this moment. They've reached it, and now the next step is certainly going to be the first round of the playoffs with whoever they play. And it doesn't matter. They don't care who it is. We don't care who it is. I mean, I think we had a team effort here, guys. We saw everybody contribute. We saw a stifling, murderous defense, which has now left its mark in the history book here at Mount Carmel area. We saw offensively everyone in the game contributing and doing something, and you can't ask for a better way to move into the playoffs than have such a big win like this.
I'll tell you what. Let's go back to the beginning of the season when we started out at Panther Valley and Tamaqua and some of the other teams, and everybody around was saying, "Where's the team that everybody was talking about, the Tornadoes?" The greatest thing about that all season long is that we worked. We never peaked until the end of the season, and this is when you won it. It was just a gradual building, game after game. We take a look at the defense, which we expected to be outstanding, and they did. It was the offensive line now that has impressed me probably the most in the last 4 or 5 games because they have gelled together. And take a look at the holes that they are opening up for the backs, for the Baileys, the Veaches, the Sebases, and Van Dorens and the Smiths. You know, I mean, they're just doing an outstanding job, and my hat off to all of them. They've had a great season.
Well, that's about
the biggest thing for you is you got to get home and make a play for that medal now.
Yeah, there's a couple
clear up a wall there somewhere and get that medal hung up before you get till tomorrow morning. So, and I know you're anxious to get down there, and I want you to get down there because I want to go down and see the big guy myself.
But a little commentary here before as we leave the Silver Bowl for the final time this year. This is it. We want to thank and reflect on the memories of this senior class. We go back and think of the Eastern Conference champions in '95, state AA champions in '96. Some games in '97 that we were impressed with, the overtime at North Schuylkill and places like that. Tonight, the District 4 AA champs, and hopefully we look forward to following them on the road to Hershey.
Absolutely.
You know, I just want to say, and I know it comes from you guys too.
That's true.
To all the seniors, I'm just proud that I was your friend, I was your fan. We were their TV commentator. I went to one very special senior. I was a dad.
Absolutely.
That's it. Thanks, guys.
Thank
I'm
you.
Bob
Thank
Elf.
you.
I'm Warren Altamore.
Wayne Brokenshire.
Good night.